What is a word you find fun to say? Discombobulated, bulbous bouffant, anti-disestablishmentarianism, Hufflepuff. What is legal but shouldn't be? Asking this question every single day here. Civil asset forfeiture. Same traffic ticket for an offense irrespective of your income. It makes some things legal for a price. 18-year-olds. They're still teens. I see your child and raise you one angsty teenager. Panhandling. Activision, plus the whole company. Immunity associated with harsher penalties, rulings, punishments regarding certain occupations. Payday lenders. What is the greatest music video of all time? I don't think I've ever seen another music video that could quite capture the strangeness of the video for Once in a Lifetime by the Talking Heads. Primus Lacquerhead. I maintain that Michael Jackson's Thriller is still the greatest music video of all time. It was ahead of its time. No one had ever done anything like it before. Even MJ's other videos never quite reached its greatness. Michael Jackson's Thriller was undoubtedly something that blew everyone's mind, and still to this day no one has achieved the merit. One continuous shot. Black Hole Sun by Soundgarden. My vote goes to Without the Lights by Elliot Moss. Dominion 2018. Thriller by Michael Jackson. Make It Happen Mariah Carey. Sledgehammer. What is the most memorable thing your therapist has said to you? You know I'm obligated to report these type of things. I'll pretend I didn't hear that. You can't change people. As much as you loved him, you knew you couldn't change him or stop his absent behavior. People like that don't change. The people who are meant to be in your life will stick around even through the bad times. You do not know you are the man, but you are the man. Bold of you to assume I can afford one. Stop apologizing for things that you didn't was after I apologized for someone else slamming a door. When they showed me in, changed my life. Have you watched Charlie Brown and how Lucy pulls away the football at the last second to make him fall? Don't let people in your life continue to pull the football away. What is the scariest thing you can think of? An out-of-control government. Being home alone when an insane person breaks into your house during a blackout at 2 a.m. Being trapped in a confined space waiting to die from dehydration. You wake up from a dream in which something was chasing you. You lie on the bed and move away from sleep. When suddenly the notification, the norm of 15,000 steps is completed, comes to your smartwatch. Being burned at the stake. What's the evolutionary reason for the response we give for something deep in the uncanny valley, if not something that merely resembles a human, yet isn't, an imitation, if you will? What is your biggest pet peeve? People who don't return their shopping carts and people who talk on speakerphone in public. People who are rewarded because of or in spite of their stupidity. Seeing bums holding out their hands as if there aren't jobs hiring across the street. When walkers walk in the middle of the street when there is a sidewalk available. People eating loudly with their mouth open. Lack of spatial awareness. People trying to show their singing voice off when you're hanging out. Drives me up the wall. My cat hates when I blow my nose. My cat. His name is Peeve. What is your favorite video game? Tetris for the NES. Telltale's The Walking Dead game. Breath of the Wild. Beats start due to the fact that I love both music and gaming. Bloodborne. A Hooner Must Hoot. Origins was amazing. I still miss Alistair. Portal and Portal 2 will probably always be top choices for me. It's just my type of humor. The nostalgia. Got to be RDR2? Resident Evil 4. Not sure if I like the remake or the original better. The Sims, obviously. Current Last Epic. All-time Monster Hunter World. Super Mario Brothers. What other food do you think could go well on a pizza? Another pizza. French fries. According to schools in the 80s, the correct answer is corn and canned chocolate pudding. Buffalo wings. Bulgogi and kimchi is amazing on a pizza. Grilled chicken also. Pineapples perfect presents for pals who pick play fights. I had glazed carrots on a pizza once, and it was fucking amazing. Figs with white sauce. My nipples. Grapes on pizza. Roast beef. My wife's boyfriend's jizz after he's eaten pineapple. Heinz baked beans. Garden salad. Macaroni and cheese. Mushrooms fresh, not canned. Sausage. And my Abe black olives. Depending on how good they are, that's all you should ever need on a pizza. What would you do if you had the power to give life to non-living things? I'd bring to life every statue, just to see what chaos they can cause. I'll bring life to bricks and watch the buildings tear themselves apart. Since the bricks now have a passion to live, I'd want to know the secrets of the rocks. What have they seen? Who was there? Absolutely nothing. This world is fucked up enough the way it is. Give life to fleshlight and sex toys and toilets. I would like to see the world burn. Turn a bag I stole into a frog. Your purpose is to pass the butter. I would give life to every smart device and see if they let us humans use them. I'd make the sidewalk move me, and just enjoy not having to take steps and the reactions on people's faces. What would you do with $1 million? Maybe buy a house, take half to put it in savings, then use the other half for college. And to help me with buying a small house, buy a real steam locomotive. If I can't get that, then a super Himalaya, a Sea Ray, and maybe a tilt-a-whirl, and put them all at my house. For me, keep your brats off my stuff. Pay off my debts and buy dividend-paying stocks. Before or after taxes, most likely pay off debt. Buy a house for me and my daughters. Pay off debts. Buy a house. Keep going to work. Travel outside of Egypt and live in Saudi Arabia. Sick is somewhere at a reasonably safe 5 interest and enjoy the $50,000 annual salary it will pay me for eternity. What's a subtle sign that someone is dumb? They've never experienced that. Therefore it must not be true. Lack of curiosity. They're convinced everyone else is dumb except themselves. Inability to see from another perspective. Thinking people speaking a second language imperfectly means the person is stupid. Thinking their opinion perspective is also everyone else's. Thinking no one does that because they don't do that. They can't admit when they don't know much about a subject. They continually fall for grifts, whether religious, sexual, or political. They contend that what they're saying is true no matter how many disproofs you give them. They have to explicitly tell you that they're smart. They have stubbornly rigid ideals, opinions that can't be swayed by facts or new information. What's a subtle sign that someone is trashy? They're pregnant and still haven't gotten their first kid back from grandma. Balls hanging off your bumper. Littering. Saying those doctors don't know shit. I know what's best for my baby. Mothers who sees their daughter as competition. Smoking while pregnant. They spit on the carpet, have more fingers than teeth, and park next to the couches in the front lawn. Having your child's name tattooed on you, but not even knowing their birthday. Shout out to all the deadbeat dads. Same guys are always saying they would do anything for their baby, but won't even change their diapers. Operating a loud motorcycle. They drink more MT Dew than water. The maturity with which they handle unexpected events. They're Trump supporters. Fake nails. What's an old item or service that used to be very expensive, but in hindsight had no right to be? The price that it was obvious price gouging. Everything Apple has ever put out. I remember paying a dime a minute for cell phone calls, bottled water in the US, HDMI cables, and other cables as well. Yes, SMS messages were 100 per 160 characters. Diamond, they have industrial and science applications. But even in industrial cutting appliances, garnet is usually good speaking. It's a marketing scam. What's something you know is real proven, but still can't wrap your head around it? The vastness of space, that we are closer to, when Tyrannosaurus Rex lived, than he is to Stegosaurus. The concept of millions upon millions of years is just unfathomable to me. The collapse of the wave function due to observations. Bluetooth, you're telling me we start out with rocks and shit, and somehow I hear music from my phone on my headphones without them being connected. That airplanes can fly. I've been in one and everything, lots of times, but they're just so big and heavy. It should take a rocket engine or something. Placebo effects working in medical vastness of space in collider in general. that flat earthers are 100 serious in thinking the earth is flat. What's the weirdest nickname someone you know has? One of my friends that we call Limp Mosquito. He's in the military and I still don't know why he's being called that. Tyrone Long Dick Style Johnston. Rubber Skull Ronnie. I know some dude that is known as Tits Lol. What's the worst place to visit in your country? Mar-a-Lardo, Old Detroit, the Paris area during the Olympics. Don't do it. The best place I visit is the Mountain Hill Station, while snow falling. American here. While I've never been there, I've heard some of the Philadelphia suburbs are getting really bad, as well as Oakland, California, or Gary, Indiana. Port Talbot, absolute hole of a town. Skyline is dominated by the steelworks on one side and the M for motorway on the other. Shame because the surrounding hills are actually quite picturesque. What's your favorite game? I think one of my favorite games that I have dedicated more time to is World of Warcraft. Undoubtedly a masterpiece. The Sims, being playing the first one when I was 12 yo, skipped the second, continued with the third and still playing the fourth semi-regularly, even if I'm 3-3 yo now. Fallout 3 New Vegas. For different reasons and at different times in my life, Star Tropics, King's Quest 3, Kentucky Route Zero. I keep coming back to Civilization 5 with the expansions. The Sims 4 but not for gameplay, mainly for building. Roller Coaster Tycoon, Age of Empires 4. Which is your all-time favorite TV show? True Detective Season 1, The Simpsons from the 90s, The Twilight Zone, Reservation Dogs, Sex and the City, RuPaul's Drag Race, Drivehouse MD. You see Kim Kardashian in the grocery store. She starts coughing really loudly trying to get you to notice her. What would you do? I don't know what she looks like, so I'd probably just assume some weirdo needs to stop smoking. Talk to her, of course. She's way too wealthy and powerful to not try to network with. Look for the cameras. This is obviously a hidden camera TV setup. Buy ignore. Assert dominance, continue to ignore. Grab a can of pinto beans. Start reading the label and walk away without looking back. Leave immediately. Ignore her because I'll have my earphones in and won't hear her anyway. Ask her to cover her mouth. Flip her off. Have a baby and get full custody and child support.